Okay, I'm excited now. Uh, just got to finish resurrecting the air conditioning in the 94 Buick Century. So the car has been without air conditioning probably for the last, let's see, probably, I'm certain it's been at least 5 years. So I've been driving it around without AC, and but I got it fixed. So went ahead and did a whole bunch of research. I bought some AC gauges. I had the pump out of the car, and when the last pump failed, I got one of these idler pulleys. So you remove the pump and you put this in its place, and away it goes. And it's fine, but no more AC. So I started working on it. I know I didn't have any Freon in the system, so I didn't need a tank for that. But I'd like to get one to recover with. You should have it if there's Freon in there, get it recovered professionally, or get yourself the gear to recover it. But I bought the gauges, number 1, manifold gauges. Then I bought a leak detector, number 2, the sniffer. And so it came in, and luckily I had everything buttoned up real nice, and I flushed the system out. Some of this, I got it over at AutoZone, and it was cheaper at Advanced Auto, but they price matched it for me. So you take this stuff here, and then you blow it through your, put some of that in your hoses, disconnect everything, put it in your hoses, blow it out with compressed air, and that cleans up the crap. And I was able to get a new orifice tube for this thing, which is buried way down in there. But the most exciting part was the deal I got. I was able to get a brand new pump, okay? The same one you would get at AutoZone. So I got a brand new pump, I got a brand new accumulator, and I got a brand new orifice tube for $160. Okay. Now AutoZone wanted $264 just for the pump. I got $160 in the pump, orifice tube, and the accumulator. And then I've got some money that I had to spend on, let's see, the flush. Then I had to get some of that PAG 46 oil, and I put that in the accumulator, put an ounce in the accumulator. The pump came with oil in it. It was the PAG 46. And I bought a O-ring kit. And let's see, what else did we do? Oh, I had to buy some Freon and a valve to hook the cans up to the manifold. The neat thing was I was able to use a vacuum pump that I've probably had for at least 10 years. It's by Refco. It's got a little smiley face in the front of it. And I had a hard time figuring out this little manifold on top. It's got I think it's a 3/8 valve, and that's 3/8, and I think this one is 1/4 inch. Yeah, 3/8 and 1/4 inch. Well, there's a special R134A connection that you need to work on the manifold. So, at any rate, I got all that figured out, and I ended up getting some. I couldn't figure out what kind of oil that pump took. But I was able to figure it out, and I bought some of this Yellow Jacket oil. Now, the biggest quandary with the pump was, well, what kind of oil does it take? Well, I was able to download the manual, and I was able to find out that they wanted DV45 or DV46 oil made by Refco. Well, try and find it. Just try and find it. I could not find it. It's important you use the right kind of oil in these things because of you could have a real problem. So I spent probably 2 weeks looking for this oil. So I ended up figuring it out by, I think it's called the MSDS, Basically, any kind of chemical or oil or anything like that has to have some, I don't know the technical words for it, but it has to have a breakdown for what's in it. So once you get that from the MSDS, you'll know what's in the pump oil, and so then you can find another product, for example, this Yellow Jacket oil, that's got the same ingredients. So I knew that pump took a mineral oil, and this pump oil is mineral oil. So there you go. So I bought this on eBay, $20, 21 bucks a quart, and you use half a quart for each application. Then you got to drain the oil out. So I got the system cleaned out. I bought all the parts. Then you got to hook that up and evac the system and put all your Freon in and get everything working. But I got AC now, and she goes about, gets down to about 48 degrees coming out of the vent. So I'm excited about that. Also, what I did was I got my trailer hitch beat out of my car here, and I made a cargo carrier for it. So that slips into the receiver on the car, and pile a bunch of crap on the back of my car. So it's kind of neat to be able to have for a trip. It's gold because that's the kind of paint I had laying around. So I'm not trying to pimp. That's what I have. So at any rate, now when I go on a trip, I got some nice AC, and get scalded in the car. It's nice to have the AC on and have it right. But it was a lot of work, and it's worth it though. So anybody has any trouble with wanting to resurrect a 94 or 95 Buick Century, curious what the part numbers were or where I bought them from, just let me know. I got them on eBay again, and yeah, it was fun. So in a sadistic sort of way, it was fun. So I got the old AC going in here again, and the biggest problem that I had was making, I had it all mapped out, but my pump wouldn't fit in. I remember this was a pain in the backside. The pump wouldn't fit in. Well, right here, see if I can get the light on it. Right here, there's these little expansion pins. There's one there, and there's one a little further over there. It was bumping into the back of the pump, and it wouldn't let it go in. So they're just like a little pin with a slot in them. It's like a spring almost. And I just took a little hammer and just tapped it out of the way, and tapped the other one back, and the pump just went right in. Also, the pump has 4 tabs on it here. And I couldn't find anybody with a video on this on eBay, but on Craigslist. But there's 3 bolts. One in the 12 o'clock position, one in the 9, and one at the 6 o'clock position. Then there's an extra tab over here. Okay, so that one's at 3. So you got 12, 6, 9, and 3. You only use the 12, the 6, and the 9. But which ones do you use? And I couldn't figure it out. You could put it in there 2 different ways, and ends up that when you plug these in, the bottom one goes into the pump deeper than the top one, and the holes in the pump correspond. When I took the cap off the compressor, I realized that. So the electrical connection's way down there. So I was a little stumped by that, but yeah. So you just put on, a good rule of thumb is to put on new O-rings when you're putting it back together. Clean everything out as good as you can, real nice and clean. That AC flush work well. Lubricate your O-rings with a little bit of oil. Make sure you're using the same kind of oil as that's in your pump and that belongs in your car. I know 93 and earlier used a mineral oil. So yeah, you don't want to mix that PAG oil and the mineral oil. But yeah, I checked everything with a sniffer. I didn't use dye in the system. I could have done that, I guess, but I didn't. I used the sniffer. I don't have any leaks. And when I'm all done, I put a meat thermometer in the dash and the outlet, and in the vent, and it came up 48 or 50 degrees, something like that. So, but yeah, like I said, it's pretty simple. You got a connection here. That's the low, and then you got a connection here. That is the high. I couldn't. The other problem I couldn't figure out was I couldn't get the pump to cycle because there's no freon in the system, and you can't get the freon into the system without the pump cycling. So you got to pull out the correct corresponding. Crap! I can't think what you call these things. Oh crap! Well, you pull out with the correct one here, and mine are in the wrong order. I think this is the AC one. The relay. There you go. So, oh no, my AC relay is the one on the end, but I think it's supposed to be in this position. Anyway, you pull out the relay, and then you can jump the correct terminal. I forget which one it is. So you jump the correct terminal on the relay with the relay out, and that'll cycle the AC pump with the motor running. So once you get the AC pump cycling, you can add the Freon, but you got to be careful. I was doing it a little on, a little off, so it didn't burn out the pump. But while I was here, I researched where my fuel pump and my AC compressor were, and where the radiator fan was. I knew which one that one was. There's this extra fan on the front here that I'm not sure why it's not functioning. I thought it was supposed to come on with the AC, but when I switched the AC on, the relay for the cooling fan for the motor, this big one, comes on with the AC like it's supposed to, but I think the second one's supposed to as well. But at any rate, yeah, I thought while I had the information out, I would write it down here in case I was stuck on the road. So it's kind of neat. I accidentally found out which one was the fuel pump, and that was the fuel pump here. But on the back side of it, it's kind of cool right here. It's supposed to be some kind of inline fuse for the fuel pump, which I didn't realize. So anyway, that's kind of handy to know if you was on the road. When I accidentally jumped the wrong one, and I heard the fuel pump come on, so I thought, well, in a pinch, if you wanted to know if your fuel pump was working or not, you wanted to bypass the relay and the fuse and everything, you know, if you're sorting out a problem, at least that way you know, if you can hear the pump run, you know the pump's good. So just information to have. Like I said, you get stuck on the road, but I'm excited. I know it's not an exciting video, but I'm excited for myself. I got my cargo carrier, which I wanted to put on this car for years, but my hitch was stuck in there. I got it to come out after quite a lot of effort, and then the AC working has just been wonderful. So I know my kids appreciate it too. So anyway, there you go. Anybody has any questions on the install, again, let me know. I wasn't going to bore anybody with the details, but I had to make a video because I'm so excited.